Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 9 of the 31 Days of Horror. D-Bougie86 here again. Now, the film I got for you guys today is another Asian film. I like to do some binge watching of Asian films here and there because it is some of my favorite stuff comes from Asia, I won't lie. And I did one yesterday, so why not do another one today? So I decided to pick this one because it's one that I have seen before and I want to revisit it for the longest time. And that, of course, is Sion Sono's Cold Fish. Yes. Of course, Sion Sono is one of my favorite directors of Asian cinema, and this is one of the films that introduced me to him. Now, let's get into the main plot of this one. We're introduced to our main character, Shimato, who's a small-time tropical fish store owner who, when we first meet him, he has this very quiet life. He has this rebellious daughter and he also has like this wife that's very, very hateful of his daughter because it's actually not her mother. It's his second wife. And with that being said, there's like a distance between them also, as we see in the beginning of the film. Unbeknownst, and what ends up happening is Samato's daughter ends up getting in trouble at the local supermarket for shoplifting. And they end up going there and they meet and befriend Murata, who actually owns a very bigger and more extreme and over the top and stuff tropical fish store where he sells a lot more stylistic and bigger fish pretty much. But what ends up happening is Shimato and Murata end up going to his shop and stuff with the family and stuff, and they meet Murata's wife, and then it ends up ensuing and they become like business partners in a sense. So Shimato ends up going on this business venture with Murata, and what ends up happening is Murata ends up murdering somebody, and Shimato ends up having to go for the riot because they have his daughter and his wife to think about, and that Murata threatens them with their lives if he did anything or ran away or said anything. So he ends up becoming an accomplice because his wife, Murata's wife, is also like a serial killer type sentences, and Shimato ends up following him and partaking in these acts of heinous and depraved acts that they go through. That is pretty much the main plot of the film without going more into the ending and the spoilerish of it. Now, for a film like this, I was very interested in the first time I seen it, of course, what Sion Sono would do with this story, because this story is actually based off a true event of, I want to get the name of the thing right, Samata Dog Lovers Serial Murders, which is, I don't really know much about that case, but there's actually a documentary on this release by Third Window Films that I'm going to end up checking out very soon. Probably after I do a few reviews today, I might go back and throw this one back on just to check out that documentary. And with that being said is, I don't know how true this is to that case, but if it's true in like the way they murdered people, that's what I'm pretty much thinking of how they did their murders. That's pretty fucked up, and how they dispose of bodies and shit is pretty fucked up in this film. Now, the gore effects in this film are done by Yoshihiro Nishimura. If you don't know who he is, of course, he's one of the members of Sushi Typhoon and special effects artist. He worked with a bunch of films with Noboru Oguchi before, and he also directed another one of my favorite films of all time, known as Tokyo Gore Police. So the gore is good. If you've seen any of those films, then you know that there's going to be some top-notch like gore and guts and all that good stuff. And yeah, the script is very well paced because this film does run 2.5 hours long, which might be a little long for some people who haven't seen this film before or seen any subtitled films with that long length of film. But I still highly enjoy this, man. It doesn't bore me at all because I'm engaged in the story and what is going on with Shimano and his personal life, and the way he transforms as the film progresses is a very stunning sight to see, and the airiness of its musical score and the cinematography is really, really well done, and this film is top notch in my opinion. If you haven't seen Cold Fish, it's one that you have to see to believe, and the performances are all rich and good, of course, and stuff. And I highly recommend it. So if I had to rate it, I'm giving it a solid 9.5 out of 10. It's just a blast to watch, and it's very entertaining and engaging with its disturbing elements of it. So 9.5 out of 10 for Cold Fish. Alright guys, that's it for day 9. I'll be back tomorrow with another review for you guys. So I hope you see you then. That's pretty much it. So I'll see you then. Peace out.